and all Golden State Athletic Conference from a year ago. As a play, trying to clear it, but Mustangs doing a good job of guarding that middle third. They'll keep it in the attacking zone. Tamayo with a charge, but that was picked apart by the Gilbert defense. Still trying to turn up field, but no success for Gilbert. Mustangs continue to control possession here, working on that far flank. Emily, from your experience, when you're pulling the ball out and you're passing around like that, what are you looking for?
Well, really, you're just looking for a good opportunity to serve it into your forward line. We always had a mantra when I was playing called in, back, through. So these defenders are looking to play it into the forwards, who will then lay it off to the midfielders, who will then put it through, maybe to the goal and maybe to another player running on to score the goal. Basically, possession is how you win soccer games. So possessing in the back is not necessarily a bad thing. It's a good thing because the more possession, can't say that word today, the more possession you have, the more likely you are to get that ball up the field and put it in the goal.
Peyton Williams will carry through for Tamayo. Ball for Mendoza. Back up to the attacking third for the Mustangs. Worked in towards the middle.
We are having all kinds of tongue twisters today.
Played along the left wing here for the Mustangs. Driving in. Well, through ball. Borman didn't get much on it. Easily saved there by Benina.
That's exactly the kind of offensive move, if you will, that really wins teams games, in my experience, is playing that ball to the outside and using that speed on the outside to dribble and then find that pass in. Borden was wide open and could have easily put a goal there. Luckily, she just kind of tapped it, didn't get everything behind it, but it was a really good opportunity, a good play in general.
Pass back in for Park Gilbert. Galileo Medina able to get it through and kick it forward. Too far for her teammate though, and Mustangs will reset with a little pass back to their goalie. Mustangs still working in the middle third, trying to get back to their attacking. Another guided pass back to the goalie. Park Gilbert trying to apply some pressure in the middle third. Peyton Williams, a nice move to get around. She'll try to set up her teammate, but not a good weighted ball. Goes out of bounds.
Park Gilbert seems to be sitting back a little bit on the pressure, letting the Mustangs pass around in the back, which is a good strategy sometimes, but not all the time. We'll see if they pick it up as the game progresses.
Still working on that center line there. Mustangs trying to get back into the attacking zone. Crossed into the middle there. Mustangs all alone, takes a touch. What a save by Medina! Mustangs was in there all alone. And Gilbert were clear. Medina with her first big save of the day off of Lexi Baker.
It's a really good opportunity there by the Mustangs. Shot to the far corner, might have gone in. Luckily, they hit it right at Medina, who was able to stick her foot out, made a fantastic save because that was a very hard hit shot. but dangerous to leave any player alone on the backside. Park is definitely going to be watching their far side from now on after that.
Williams controls again for the Mustangs. Sends it across for a defensive teammate. Played up through the center line. And they'll turn back, trying to set something up here. Back over to Williams, and she'll push through. Looking for a teammate. Through ball tipped and cleared away by Park. Dunn tried to turn it back, but too far, and Park Gilbert would throw it back in. Ball congested in the middle. Mustangs have it. They'll reset. Sends it across for Meyer. She'll work on the right wing. Plays it through to Borman. Too far, though. And Medina able to clear it away for Gilbert.
Yes. Hey, good work, Yellow. Just pick up speed just a little bit. A little bit. Keep finding on his feet up top.
Free kick here for Park Gilbert. Medina will take it. She sends it away. Touched by Harris. Played ahead.
This Masters team, as you know, is very seasoned, and they return every one of their players from last season, the shortened season in 2020. And most everyone who is starting today for the Masters played last year. So they really know what they're doing. They're really used to playing with each other, which is great when you're playing a team that you've never played before. This is the first meeting between the Masters and Park Gilbert. So really the experience for the Masters is going to do them favors in this game.
Jasmine Gonzalez looking to clear for Park. That was tipped by a Mustang player. Medina plays it through, but too far for her teammate, Kayla Harris. And Mustangs for a throw-in. Buccaneers early haven't been able to get a lot of attacking zone time. They're quickly being shut off by the Mustang defenders every time they've been able to get it across the center line. Mustangs really doing a good job of controlling the pace of play here early on. As they'll set up again on the far flank. Trying to play through to Tomeo. Shut off. But Alexandria Dunn heads the ball back in play. Tomeo plays it to Meyer. Back through to Borman. She'll take a go at her defender. Shut off by Medina. And Medina is still down on the grass after a challenge from Borman. As the referee will check on Galilea Medina. She'll get back up.
In case you're wondering, there are two Medinas on this team. Medina in goal, that's Elizabeth Medina, and then Galilea Medina there in the back who took that tackle.
Not related.
Not related, no. It will be goalkeeper Medina taking this kick, trying to get it out. Park really wants to do something up top here.
Tomeo plays it back for Williams, and the Mustangs will reset as Lexi Baker chases a ball. Jumping in on the attack. Pokes it through for her teammate. Hard to see what's going on at the far side, but looks like a Park Gilbert defender got a piece of the ball and went out over the goalkeeper line. So first corner kick of the day for the Mustangs. Looks like Tamayo will take it.
Girls, what do we say? Just be aware Lexi what's behind you, yeah?
Plays it in and gone away by Medina. Alexandria Dunn plays it back into the middle. And Medina again able to clear it for the time being. Williams trying to set up again. And she'll have to turn back. Nice job by Park Gilbert to get the ball out of the attacking third, forcing the Mustangs to retreat to the center line. Ball bounces over. Tamayo taking a stab at her defender, lays it up for her teammate, working back towards the middle. Still going. And Maya will play it back towards Williams. Meyer on the wing, crossing it in, rising up for the header and swatted away by Medina. And hands up, offsides on the Mustangs. Another goal kick.
Mustangs have really been doing a good job of composing themselves and connecting the ball up top. They've made a lot of passes in their final third near the 18 and have gotten, as such, some opportunities on goal. They've had two really good shots that resulted in saves from Medina. But they've been getting down line, getting those crosses in, and that's the best opportunity to score. And there's another one right there.
Yeah, as you say, another cross in. Looks like Borman wasn't really the good contact on it. Goes over the net. Believe it will be a goal kick here for Medina.
Borman looking for her first goal of the season. She's been, as I said earlier, the top scorer for the Mustangs for the past 2 years. And I'm sure she's eager to beat her scoring record, as are all forwards who play collegiate soccer.
Yeah, I played at Mesa Community College originally, her first season with the Buccaneers. A chance here in the middle for the Mustangs. Garcia was trying to force it through, but she'll play it back to Dunn, who sends it in. Was trying to look for something that wasn't there, easily picked up by Medina. Working on the wing here, the Mustangs. Through ball. Nothing there. Shut off by the Park Gilbert defense.
Again, another really good run down line by the Mustangs. That's Emma Hopkins over there on the far left side. She's been making several runs. She's made several runs this game already and has found those crosses in. And she's connected every single one of her crosses. She's connected that one again with her fellow forward. That's number 18, Annie Garcia. She unfortunately was blocked by Park Gilbert.
Park Gilbert really off to a slow start here. What do you think, Emily, needs to be done to really flip this into the attacking third for them?
Well, they've got to control the ball, as we see the Mustangs doing. Like I said earlier, holding the ball, having possession of the ball is really what wins soccer games. So if Park Gilbert can calm down a little bit and get on the offensive and keep the ball, move it up the half, they will hopefully get to the goal. As we've seen from them, they've been playing a lot of defense and doing a lot of clearing. And this clearing sometimes goes to their center forward, sometimes not. So really they need to build from the back instead of just clearing the ball out from the back.
Medina with another goalie kick. Sends it away. Picked up by Gonzalez. Plays it over to Miller. Players headed by Mustangs. Dunn will set back up for Williams. Plays it through to Borman. Heavy touch there. Turns it over to Gilbert. Too far forward for Hayla Harris. And they'll try to get back on defense. Williams setting up. Back out for Dunn. Well, she'll control. Over to Mayo. Plays it for her teammate. Crossing it in, but shut off there by Tacey. Meyer working on that right wing, crosses it in. Lisbeth coming off her line. And just over the head of the Mustang attacker.
Again, another really great build-up for the Mustangs, getting the ball down the line, getting the cross in. Barely hit the head of Garcia there and went right over.
Hayla Harris subbed out in her first playing time for the Buccaneers. Number 1, Holly Benson, coming from Sandy, Utah. Turnover for Gilbert for the Buccaneers. And just not good contact on that shot by number 13, Hannah Burke. Seemed to go off the side of her foot.
Park Gilbert so far getting lucky. Medina, of course, has made a few good saves and they've had a few good blocks, but the Mustangs have had some really good opportunities that Park Gilbert really shouldn't be giving up, doesn't want to give up. And I'm sure on the opposite side, the Mustangs aren't happy that they haven't scored yet. They've had a lot of shots so far and a lot of great opportunities, but haven't been able to net one.
Tamayo still plays it back for Dunn. Park Gilbert still unable to transfer anything from the middle third into their attacking third. As the Mustangs regaining control. William plays it for Borman. Touch too far. Mustangs still trying to work through. Into the middle for Tamayo. Good touch, and she'll send it easily saved by Lisbeth Medina.
The Buccaneers have just given up a little too many shots from straight in the middle. That's, I believe, the third shot that came right from the top of the 18, right from the middle of the field. Seems they need to stay a little bit closer with their their marks.
Borman just not online there, sends it way over the net. Another goalkeeper kick for Medina. As we have a substitution here for the Mustangs. Number 20, Kate Marisol, coming in for Borman. Quick substitution for Borman already, their leading scorer.
Yeah, it looks like she is a little frustrated walking off the field. She's had some great shots, great opportunities, but hasn't been able to connect the ball to the back of the net. Coach, no doubt, just giving her a rest. It is hot out here. It's about 106 degrees. He's probably going to be giving his players some rests throughout the half.
Luckily, both teams playing on grass field today. Can't imagine what it would be like with turf.
Great
Another
shot.
save by Medina as Garcia teed one up from close to the box. Another shot attempt blocked by Washaka. Dunn playing it in. Couple more subs in, lining up for the Mustangs. Medina looking for a safety valve to dump off to. So end up giving a big kick for Benson, just over her head though. Poor touch by Williams, and Benson has it, trying Benson. But Meyer comes all the way back from her wing position to intercept that ball and guides it back.
Now would be
Romero.
sorry to interrupt, but now would be a great time for Park Gilbert to get up the field. See how they're hanging back here, way past the middle of the field. And when the ball's in the back by the Mustangs, Park Gilbert really should be getting up the field to put some pressure on them. They haven't been putting a lot of pressure yet all game, but that seemed like a good opportunity to do it.
Do you think Park's just too tired when the ball is going into the attacking third to really make a rush towards the net?
Certainly it can be tiring when you're defending all game, but it seems their forwards haven't had a lot of action yet. They haven't really been making a lot of runs. The most their forward line has done is collected the ball that has been cleared out from the defense. So I don't see any reason that they should be particularly tired besides the heat. But it's last year they weren't very offensively productive. Last year they only scored 3 goals in the shortened season 2020. But really something that I know are looking to improve this year is their offensive production, and that starts by getting on the offense. They've been playing defense most of the game.
So ball forced back in the middle. Dunn will pick it up. Play back in for a teammate. Payne Williams and Benson working the ball on that wing and off Williams. Throw in here for Park Gilbert. Looks like a timeout here for Gilbert. So, Emily, you've had plenty of playing experience. You played D1 at Loyola Marymount. What are you kind of seeing from both sides, and what has really impressed you early on here?
Well, what's impressed me from the Masters, I'll start there, has really been their composure. They have really slowed the game down and made the ball work for them. They've had the majority of possession this game so far, haven't really had a lot of turnovers, and had obviously more opportunities on the goal as such. They've had several shots. I don't have the sheet in front of me, so I don't know exactly how many shots they've had so far, but more than Park Gilbert. Certainly I don't think Park Gilbert has had a shot yet. So that's really what they've been doing well, is keeping the ball, putting the ball down line, and then getting that cross in, that cross in has led to several opportunities. What I'm impressed with Park Gilbert so far is Medina's performance. That's Elizabeth Medina in goal. She's made at least 3 really good saves, blocked some hard shots. And what Park Gilbert can be commended for is they haven't given up a goal yet. So their defense is obviously keeping the ball out of the net, which is, half of the game. But they won't be able to win unless they get in the offense. That's really what they need to do going forward, is they need to increase their offensive production. That's something that's carrying over from last season. As I said, they only scored 3 goals last season. And so they want to change that this year, obviously. So getting up onto their half of the field is half the challenge for them so far. But once they do that, and if they can keep the ball and control the ball like the Mustangs are doing, they will improve their performance.
18 minutes. Turn this down.
Hi, I'm just checking in for.
You don't need to.
Oh,
Yeah, can you mute that for us?
Where's that remote?
Sorry, folks, having some technical difficulty in the booth at the moment.
press together!
You can go. You're out there, Peyton. You're out there, Peyton. You're out there, Peyton.
Benson working along, trying to clear it. Plays it for Thomas.
Do you know how long the halves are?
Crosses in, but no one home. Straight to the Mustang defender.
Is there a way to just mute the video?
All right, now that we got that sorted out, throw in here for the Mustangs. Number 3, Jordan Bingaman, throwing it in. She is checked in for the Mustangs coming out of the timeout. Garcia's trying to work it in, tests the defender. Nothing going there, played back out for Dunn. Plays it for her teammate, Katie Caldwell. Tomeo plays it back in the middle, and Medina, another save off the foot of Hannah Burke.
Medina did a good job of reading that ball, tracking it in after that shot. Unfortunately, she bobbled it a little bit, which is a dangerous thing to do. Luckily for her, none of the Masters players had followed up. They might have been able to get a touch on that. But like you said, another great save from Medina, who's really keeping this goal locked up.
Burke controls in the middle for the Mustangs. Caldwell testing her defender, able to get by. Sarah steps and cuts back. Crosses it back in and hits Galilea Medina in the shoulder. Close to a handball there, but no call from the official. Tomeo pulls it back out for her teammate. Flicks it in. Nice back heel. Too far. As Lisbeth Medina will control here for the Buccaneers and boots it away. Thomas trying to control. She gets it down. Played back. Thomas working against Dunn. Looks like she was trying to play it through for Gonzalez.
It seemed funny, Thomas. I don't know. No one probably heard, but she said, "No, don't play it to me." It didn't seem like she wanted that ball, but I thought it was a good ball, and she did a really good job of turning with the ball and then trying to find her high forward teammate up top. Unfortunately, it didn't connect there, but that was a good example of the kind of possession that Park Gilbert needs to execute in order to get up the field and get a goal.
It's good there by Thomas, too, to get that ball down and immediately try turning towards the net. Mustang defenders have been really good about shutting that ball off right away. As plenty of subs checking in now for the Mustangs.
You don't need to check in. Go ahead. Yep.
Coach Kurt is really doing a good job
They're not doing check
of rotating his players in, keeping them fresh. As Emily mentioned earlier, a hot one today here in Mesa, about 106 degrees. Short free kick here. Booted in just high. Testing the range there for the Mustangs was Kylie Ibach, excuse me. Just over the crossbar. Another goalie kick for Medina.
I'm just taking a
Was
guess.
trying for Gonzalez, but Tomeo ends up picking that one off. Working it back. Gilbert forcing the Mustangs to turn back. Tomeo, one of the other captains, coming off the bench here. Ball in, Caldwell trying to track it down, but too far for her, and Medina will scoop that one up and reset the Gilbert defense. Sends it away. Thomas trying to get a foot on it, but unable to. And Alexa Favela almost had it. Out of bounds, it remains Buccaneers ball. Favela testing Bingaman. Another substitution here for the Mustangs. Number 27, Lauren Park, coming in for number 12, Elizabeth Radmilovich.
Mustangs making a lot of subs, no doubt because of heat and because they want to keep their players fresh for the next half, which is nearly 10 minutes away. Halftime is nearly 10 minutes away, that is.
A lot of depth on this Mustangs team, too. Talking about recruiting fresh talent without graduating a single player. They got a lot of bodies to spare on this team. Trying to play it through for Tomeo. Caldwell tries to take a challenge. She'll be whistled for a foul.
You mentioned the depth that the Mustangs have. On the other hand, the Buccaneers don't really have a lot of depth, especially not in the defense. They have pretty much 2 defensive subs and then just a couple of extra forwards to go in.
Park Gilbert, the Buccaneers only have made 1 sub. And that was towards the beginning of the game for Hayla Harris. But no other subs have been made since.
They only have 5 subs today, the Buccaneers do. So as I was saying, not a lot of depth. And with the heat, that could affect their performance as it gets later in the game. They are doing water breaks, though, so they'll have a little bit of a breather in the middle of each half.
Gonzalez trying to play it out of their zone, but the Mustangs just applying some really good pressure, not allowing the Buccaneers to get over that center line. But you can see some more Gilbert players trying to leak out into that attacking third. But let's see if the Mustangs can capitalize on that. Cross, not on pinpoint, goes outside the net. Medina with another goalie kick coming up.
If you can't see, the Buccaneers are playing a 3-3-4. That's 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, and 3 forwards. And right now it seems that their strategy is just to have their forwards sit high and try and win the ball and then perhaps play it back to one of the 3 midfielders. That hasn't really been working out. Either the forwards haven't been able to hold the ball up top or they haven't won it. Really is the case. So Park could really do with some ball movement, some ball control. The defenders finding the midfielders finding the forward. Right now it just seems to be a kick and run sort of game.
I mean, the best action that the Buccaneers have seen all day is goalkeeper kicks that have gone to Thomas and see if she can get something started. As a throw-in for Benson, good throw-in there. And just Mustangs swarming back on the ball.
I will say the Mustangs have done a really good job of doubling in the defense. That is, the Park Buccaneers will win the ball, and the player both behind the Buccaneer and in front of the Buccaneer will come together to sort of double up the pressure on the Buccaneer, whichever Buccaneer player has the ball. They've been doing a really good job of that, and that's really what's been limiting the Buccaneers' ball control.
And these quick subs seem to be really working out for the Mustangs, as Benson just had nowhere to go on that. It seemed like she was already surrounded by 5 Mustangs just forming a wall. Another throw in here for the Buccaneers.
Oftentimes it's a good strategy to keep your forwards high, which is what the Buccaneers are doing. But it really only works out if those high forwards can control the ball and wait for their teammates to come up. So either what's not happening is they're not able to control the ball, or their teammates are not coming up the field to help them.
Caldwell applying a lot of force, able to strip the ball away, but not a good through ball. And Tacey clears it out. Couple subs here for the Bucs, badly needed. Number 13, Hallie Thompson, coming in for the Buccaneers, as well as 27, Josie Perez. Mustangs playing it in. Cross over the net. Actually, might have been a shot attempt there for the Mustangs, just not on target.
She really turned her body and got a lot of power behind that, so I believe it was a shot. But as you said, did go a little too high. Medina certainly has had a lot of goal kicks today, but unfortunately it hasn't really led to much for Park Gilbert.
Just a poor goal kick there. Poor ball management, just giving right away off the goal kick. And the Mustangs will have another throw-in and another substitution. Number 9, Morgan Hill, coming in for number 20, Kate Marisol. Benson trying to play in, deflection off of her will give the ball right back to the Mustangs. Caldwell will take it on the wing, plays it through to her teammate. Caldwell cross into the box. Nowhere to go there. Looks like she was offsides anyways.
The Mustangs coach giving some advice to their player number 4 there. I believe that was Kayla Monick, who passed the ball rather than taking a shot right there at the top of the 18, or I believe that was in the 18. They said, if you want to score a goal, you got to take a shot, which is exactly right. She decided to pass it off to her teammate, who happened to be offsides, but it looked to me like she could have gotten a pretty good shot if she had taken it right away.
Medina, a lot of shots coming her way. Only a couple have been on goal. Big collision there. Have Buccaneers players down. Tough to see who it is, but coming off that goal kick, the ball dropped and two players just collided with each other. Obviously, the Buccaneer player got the worst of that challenge.
Yeah, that's something you always learn growing up or hear from your coaches as if you grow up playing soccer is not to let the ball bounce on those goal kicks or goalie punts or really any ball that's in the air. You want to win that with your head or your chest first time and not let it bounce. That bouncing ball is what resulted in that collision there. You can't hear, but the Mustang coaches are yelling at their defenders about not letting the ball bounce when it comes into their offensive half, which is really a good rule for maintaining possession of the ball and also good for preventing, as you see here in the field, some serious injuries when a lot of players in soccer collide going up for the ball, so it's best to just win it right off the bat out of the air.
Player down for the Buccaneers is Alexa Favela, one of the few non-freshmen on this team, native of Arizona, played her high school ball at Perry High School. Coach Hartley using this time to give his players a water break and hopefully get some refreshed before jumping on the back onto the field.
If we haven't mentioned it already, it's hot.
Exactly. And looks like her substitution will be number 2, Alondra Castro. She also played her ball in Arizona from Fort Mojave. Played her ball at River Valley. Was one of the only goal scorers on the team last year. See if she can provide some luck for this Buccaneers squad as they'll take a free kick.
A good ball in here could result in an opportunity, but for some reason the Buccaneers don't have very many players up the field. We've got a lot of players hanging back here by midline.
Thompson will take this one in, plays it towards the middle for Perez, but the Mustangs able to clear it out in a hurry.
What I'd really like to see now is the Buccaneers put the ball down and start passing it around their offensive half. Now that they've finally made it to the offensive half, they haven't been up here a lot this game. Really, they just got to try and keep it and pass it around.
It's probably the longest possession they've had in the attacking third of the field as the Mustangs really playing upfield, looking for some promise. Working in the middle of the field, and a challenge there by Tacey to be able to knock the momentum back a little bit for the Mustangs as they'll try to reset. As they'll throw it in. Working on that far side. Tough to see from the numbers from the other side of the field. A sliding pass blocked by the Buccaneer defender. As Romero takes a pass, plays it back upfield. Back onto the wing is Caldwell. Working on her defender. Perez is fouled, trying to get the ball back upfield. So another free kick here for the Buccaneers. Thompson again will take it.
Park Gilbert is really, as I've said before, just hanging back and sort of just defending this game. They really haven't been doing a lot on offense, and when the Mustangs are in possession of the ball, it seems like all of the Buccaneers drop back to defend, leaving only one outlet up at the top.
One last push here for the Mustangs. Time winding down. 10 seconds left. Caldwell running on the wing. Tested by defender. She'll turn back. Playing the ball back into the middle for her teammate. Through ball. And a goal! With time winding down. Kayla Monick hesitated to pull one earlier, but was able to rip that one on the ground by Medina. Put it back into the far corner. And that is just a goal you cannot let up if you're the Buccaneers with time winding down.
The Buccaneers really just allowed the Mustangs right there to pass the ball within their 18-yard box, which is just not something you can allow if you want to keep the ball out of the net. The Mustangs probably made 4 or 5 passes there right in that area before Monick was able to just put the ball, place it right into the corner. Nothing really Medina could do there. Sad for her because she's been making some great saves, but really the Mustangs were able to just dribble around the Buccaneers.
And nice work by Caldwell too, working on Peyton Simpson on that wing, was able to play it through into the middle as Simpson intercepts that pass. Time winding down in stoppage time. Up for Castro, a little far onto that right side, and just shut off as the ball goes out of bounds.
That's exactly the kind of passing, though, that you want to see from Park Gilbert. It started here on the left side of the field and went through the middle, and then a far side pass that unfortunately was just a little too ahead of the outside forward. But it's exactly the kind of passing they got to do if they want to start playing this game offensively rather than defensively.
That pass would have been a little more on Castro's feet. Could have really had a good chance there. As the pass back for Caldwell is no good. Throw in for Simpson. Play through for Perez. Able to get through. Benson will take it. Trying to test her luck here. Knifes it into the middle, but shut off. 2 Mustang defenders. Just too much for Benson to try to work it through.
I thought she had him for a second there, but just took a little bit too big of a touch.
Buccaneers seem to be responding a little stronger after that goal they just let up.
Yeah, nothing adds the intensity to the game like going down 1-0, because that's a game that's, you're within reach of. So usually when you've got a goal scored against you, you pick up the pace. The Buccaneers don't want to tie this game. They definitely don't want to lose this game. So they've realized that they got to get on their offensive half. Defending is only part of the game. You got to score goals if you want to win.
Throw in for Park. Thompson controls, too heavy of a touch. Ball still loose in the middle. And the shot attempt is thwarted off by Romero. Alex Thomas, first shot of the game for the Buccaneers. Just couldn't get great contact on it. Just bounced right in front of Romero. Easy stop for her.
Romero again.
Big boot for Romero. Good job by Tacey taking the contact and able to clear it away. Flag comes up. Perez is offsides.
Romero was getting a little fancy there. Maybe she's bored back there in the goal. She hasn't really had a lot to do so far, so she decided to dribble up a few yards, maybe take on the defending Buccaneer, but played a good ball in. She really has one hell of a kick.
She boots it back into the middle, intended for Monick. Able to get ahead on it. Mustangs will control towards the middle of the field. Good shot there by Lauren Park. But didn't force Medina to move. She easily gets her hands on it. And that is halftime here. The Poloma Soccer Complex in Mesa, Arizona. Your Park University Gilbert Buccaneers 0. The Masters University Mustangs 1. Goal coming courtesy of number 4, Kayla Monick. Emily, before we go to break, what do you think that the Buccaneers really need to do coming out of the half to try to crank up the pressure on the Mustangs?
Well, we saw it there a little bit at the end, and you said exactly it. They really got to crank up the pressure. They got to press the ball high, and they can't let the Mustangs continue to just make passes around them. The Mustangs have had the majority of possession this game, have just been passing the ball wherever they want, and Park Gilbert really hasn't put the pressure on them, as you said. So they've really got to do that moving forward, and they've got to get the ball up the field. I would love to see much more passing from Park Gilbert. They seem to just be kicking the ball up and hoping for the best. Really what they got to do is exactly what the Mustangs are doing. Start passing it around to their players, around the defending players, and get the ball up the field. Like I said earlier, you can't win a game, and in this case you can't tie a game without scoring a goal. So the Buccaneers really got to amp up the pressure. I know they're tired, it's hot, and they haven't got a lot of subs today, but they've really got to dig deep if they want to come out with a point in this game.
Halftime will be 15 minutes. We will be back then to take you through the rest of the second half between the Park University Gilbert Buccaneers and the Masters University Mustangs. Stay tuned.
They are who I inspired. My favorite athlete? I have a couple. So it's either Lindsay Horan or Becky Sauerbrunn from the Portland Thorns. They're very athletic. They are who I inspire to be when I play. Definitely Becky, being the captain of the U.S. women's team, definitely kind of sets an example for me. My all-time favorite TV show would probably be SpongeBob SquarePants.
Favorite character? What's your favorite like one-liner from the show?
Okay, it's changed recently, but I think my like all-time would probably be, "No, this is Patrick." For athletic-wise, I'm looking forward to getting some wins under our belt to show the school and show the state what we're made of, but definitely coming in with a great group of girls, great new mindset coming into everything. I chose Park for soccer-wise. I wanted to play soccer at a collegiate level, but I also liked the education-wise. I liked how it was set up, like the academics were set up for like student athletes, for it to be easier for us to understand and get all we need in shorter amounts of time. I'd say yes.
Talking for a lot more pressure on that D1 transfer goalie. Tough there for Romero backing in the Mustangs. But Emily, what do you think the keys are to the second half for the Buccaneers?
For the Buccaneers, well, they've got to take shots. They only had one shot the entire first half, and that's got to change. You can't score goals unless you take shots. So, but before they can take a shot, they got to get up the field. They spent the majority of the time in the first half on their own defensive half, playing defense against the Mustangs. So that's got to improve this half if they want to score. They can't just play defense. They've got to move into the offensive half and start attacking the goal. As you said, Romero, a D1 goalie, is going to be tough to beat, but the more shots you take, the higher probability one goes in the goal.
Yeah, first season head coach Jack Hartley definitely has his work cut out for him in his first game for the Buccaneers. Recruited a lot of freshmen just months after taking the job. They've already seen playing time. You talk about Holly Benson, Galileo Medina, Peyton Simpson, all of them already playing for the Buccaneers. Mustangs having a lot of bodies. They've demonstrated that. Quick substitutions, getting fresh legs on. Buccaneers haven't been so fortunate, but let's see what they can do here in the second half. Buccaneers turn it on here early and a throw-in for the Mustangs. Thomas trying to apply pressure, but working in towards the middle are the Mustangs. Through ball just too strong. And Simpson will pick it up, trying to clear it away. Hayla Harris is back in for the Buccaneers after being subbed out quickly in that first half. Mustangs throw it back in, but Medina whiffed on the clear attempt. Simpson trying to harass the attacker and forces her to go out of bounds. Goalkeeper kick for Medina coming up. Nice shot by Simpson on the recovery after Medina whiffed on that clear attempt, applying pressure and forcing the turnover. Put down by the Mustangs, and they will control early. Pop back up to the defense. Thompson just rolled over the ball and gave it away to Borman. Thompson, nice challenge. But Borman working towards the middle, and she'll tee one up, and a goal for Borman. A burner on the ground, gets by Medina.
Kendall Borman is not a person you want with the ball, and especially not at the top of the 18. She was the Mustangs' leading scorer for the last 2 years, really efficient at putting the ball in the goal. She had a couple attempts in the first half that didn't connect. One of them was saved by Medina. Another went right over the bar, but not that one. That one was right on target. She found the side netting there, but not a shot that the Buccaneers wanted to give up.
Talk about it. Hartley was screaming, someone needs to step up, especially the Kendall Borman, the leading goal scorer for the past 2 years for those Mustangs. Just really teed one up and burned one right past Medina. And early in the second half, the Mustangs have built upon their lead 2-0 in the early going. And Borman will take it again, cutting towards the center field, looking for a teammate. She'll pass it back to Dunn. Inside, ball bouncing around. Dunn controls again, tees one up, wide of the net. Medina looked to be there anyways.
This entire game, the Mustangs have done a great job of passing the ball around the Buccaneers, which is exactly what Coach Hartley is telling his players at this moment. They have not, their steps have been a little too out of control, that the Mustangs have just been able to really pass it around them, which is what has led to their opportunities.
Just seems like the Mustangs are much more composed to when they have the ball, trying to see things play as it develop, where Buccaneers seem to be kind of reacting when they get the ball and seeing what they can do. Just seems like the Mustangs are a step ahead. A nice challenge and a clear there by Miller. The Mustangs will throw it back in.
Yeah, well, like you said, they are very composed, and that comes with experience. This is a very experienced team. The Mustangs have returned every player. The Mustangs have returned every player from last season, and every player that's on the field right now is one who has played with this team before. So they're all used to each other, and that really helps in connecting your passes. And
what a shot by Nate Garcia. It looked like to go off the foot of a defender. It might have gone off Medina too. Looked like it got deflected twice. And a corner kick. Radmilovic short on the gore kick to Borman. She'll take it in the middle. Challenged by Benson. Skirts right around her. Borman blocked in front. And not good contact there from number 11, Emma Hopkins. And a goal kick for Medina, but Borman really trying to get back to the net. She looks way more aggressive in this half than in the first half. Just skirted right around Benson.
Park Gilbert has really been playing all right defense this game, and it hasn't been too bad, but the problem is
bad turnover there.
As I was saying, the problem is with Park Gilbert is that they don't maintain possession of the ball. They'll win the ball in the defense, and it'll either be blocked and they go right back to a Mustang player, or their forwards won't be able to hold it. So as my coaches used to say, the offense starts with the defense, and the defense starts with the offense, vice versa. And basically what the beginning part of that mantra means is, the defense has to be the one who gets the ball up the field and keeps control of it. We can see the Mustangs pass it around the defense all day long, and that's just something that Park Gilbert is not doing.
Kind of is a cycle that feeds into each other. The longer you hold that ball on offense, the more you give your defense a break, and that can lead to the defense being refreshing, generating more turnovers. And right now, the Buccaneers are just sitting back, and like we said before, they're kind of reacting to the play, where the Mustangs are trying to make something happen, seeing things as they develop. But free kick for the Buccaneers, see if they can get something going. But it hasn't looked good to start the second half. And you can hear Hartley screaming for the defense to get up.
Yeah, the defense has really been hanging back this entire game. I don't think I've seen a defender cross the midfield line yet this game.
I mean, in your experience, when you're down 2-0 like this, do you try to play forward and, risk letting up that goal? Because it's kind of like, what do you have to lose at that point?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. These defenders are hanging way too far back. There is nothing wrong with getting up and being a part of the offense. We just saw a defender run up the field with the ball. That's exactly what they need to do, and that's exactly what Coach Hartley is yelling at them to do. Their defense needs to get up and be a part of this attacking.
Vanessa Miller really jumped in on that attack there for the Bucks, and she got taken out hard. No call. Official was asking if she was good. She was kind of buckled over a little bit, but she'll be back on defense. One of the best individual efforts of the day for the Buccaneers, and Benson tanking it up. Has some room. Plays it through, trying to play it through for Thomas. And Thomas will control at the top. And just swarmed by the Mustangs. But a good attempt there for the Buccaneers. Bucks still keeping it in that attacking third. And Harris sends it. Romero gets control of it before it was going out. Almost a corner kick for the Bucks. Romero just hanging back, looking for a safety valve. She'll dump it off to her teammate. Substitution, checking in for the Mustangs. Challenged there by Miller. Burke able to get out of it. She's running down the wing, playing with some pace, setting up for Radmilovic. She's turning back.
Great job by, that's not Miller, excuse me. Great job by Destiny Tacey before that.
And across there, Medina sprawled out trying to intercept the through ball and just missed on it. And number 24, Brandy Meyer, in there to collect the change.
I was going to say Destiny Tacey right there, number 6, did a great job of preventing that shot from the Mustangs, which is how the last goal was scored, but fortunately it was deflected on a cross into the middle of the field where the Mustangs were able to put a foot on it and get it right past Medina.
Brandy Meyer from Hopkins. 2 goals in the early portion of the second half for the Mustangs as they're continuing to build on that lead. 3-0. 10 minutes gone by already in the second half. And the Mustangs just continuing to pour on the possession time margin. They have controlled and dominated all game long, and it's really starting to show in this early second half.
The Mustangs had so many opportunities there in the first half, which it seems like the goals are coming now, though.
Hopkins turned back by Miller. She'll work it to Radmilovic. Able to get out of 2 defenders. Through ball 2 weighted. Not able to connect with Borman. And Medina will reset that Buccaneer defense. She'll send it deep. Bouncing ball drops. Ball too far for the Mustangs. Played back by Medina again.
You can see Park Gilbert starting to get a little frustrated. They played very good defensively, Medina especially in the first half, and only kept it to 1 goal, which came at the very end of the first half. Now it seems that they're getting a little frustrated. As you can see on the field, the defense is hanging way back. It seems they're worried about letting more goals in rather than going and trying to get a goal for themselves.
Borman tried to punch it back into the middle. Miller will handle. Trying to cross it through to Benson. Mustangs just keeping on the pressure. Can hear Hartley trying to say just run. Buccaneers not working in the open space right now. Borman sets up on the wing. Trying to get by Tacey, nearly does. Loose ball collected by Burke. Rising, trying to head it in.
Great defense there
Was
by Park
Radmilovic.
Gilbert. Sorry, great defense there by Park Gilbert, winning that ball out of the air, keeping that, looked like an easy header. but the Buccaneer was able to stay at height with that ball and was able to head it just as well.
Short corner there. Borman trying to knock it out of the air. Another goalie kick for Medina. Nice touch by Radmilovic. Falling down, able to poke it back out to Kate Marisol. But saved by Medina. And another corner kick. The Mustangs really pouring on the pressure. Not satisfied with a 3-goal lead. They want more. Number 13, Thompson, checks out for the Buccaneers.
Medina has really been playing fantastically. That's Elizabeth Medina in goal. Has been playing fantastically this game. Has made some really good saves.
She's not getting much relief from her offense. Been showing a lot today. Transfer coming in. Have to be excited for the Buccaneers with a goalkeeper just hanging in there all day. And another goal, pouring it on. Number 13, Hannah Burke. Ball bouncing in the middle. She's able to float it into that left panel over the outstretched arms of Medina.
Park Gilbert's defense has really collapsed a little bit. In the beginning, they were preventing these shots more, but now it seems like there are too many open players for them to manage, and the Mustangs have had a lot of open shots. And now, as I was saying earlier, Medina, it's sad for her as she was having such a spectacular game, had made some really good saves. She's one of the most seasoned players on this team and is a leader for the Buccaneers, but is not, as you said, having a lot of support from her offense, and it seems her defense is a little less composed than they were in the first half.
You can see the Mustang defense just sprinting towards that ball. And you talk about experience. I mean, only 2 seniors on this Buccaneer team. They only got 6 games in last season. And, you know, Mustangs didn't graduate anyone, so it's been a tough battle for them. But you hope with some of the players that Hartley brought in, such as Benson, Galileo Medina, Elizabeth Medina, Peyton Simpson, that they can really build a foundation. Only the 3rd year of this program. Flag goes up, offsides on the Mustangs. The Bucks will be able to clear. A little over 28 minutes left in the half. 4 goals for the Masters, 0 for the Buccaneers. Tacey will bomb one away that just cannot be handled, and another turnover. But Miller able to knock it away. And a throw-in, quick throw-in, getting the ball back in play. The Mustangs trying to control, and they will. Mustangs pressing into the heart of the defense, shut off by Tacey, one of the 2 seniors that we mentioned earlier. Mustangs really taking advantage of their one-on-one matchups. Got a correction. It looks like Elizabeth Medina is actually a senior transferring in. So 3 seniors on this team. Tacey is one of them. Been a stout defender. Medina been really good in goal today.
Elizabeth Medina is a seasoned goalkeeper. She's pretty good. holds the Buccaneers' single game record for saves. She made 23 saves in one game. She hasn't neared that many this game, though she's made at least 5 really good ones. But she is a pretty solid keeper, which is unfortunate for her that the Mustangs have been able to score so many. Obviously, a goalkeeper can't play all by herself, but right now what she needs to do better is, it just doesn't seem like she's talking a lot back there. She needs to do a better job maybe of directing her defense and limiting these shots from the Mustangs.
How important is it to have a goalie communicate with your defense constantly on the field?
Oh yeah, you should. I mean, a goalie should never shut up, is what they say. You should be able to hear your goalkeeper constantly. It's so important because the goalkeeper, if you think about it, has the best view on the field. They see everything in front of them, things that you might miss, and they've got the bird's eye view, if you will. And that's why it's so important to direct, because if you're playing, let's say, left back, doesn't necessarily mean you know what's happening on the right, but the goalkeeper does, which is why communication is such a big part of being a goalkeeper. The best goalkeepers are the ones that never stop talking.
Mustangs controlling it through, plays it through. Bingaman, she'll set up on the wing here. Mustangs, gears turning, trying to play it into the middle. Will reset. Will cross it in towards the middle. Dunn keeps it alive for the Mustangs and tries playing it back. Peyton Williams faked the cross, played it in. Tacey set up on the free kick. Dunn runs up and meets it. Simpson tries clearing, but no one around, and Mustangs will keep it again. Borman back heels it. Back into the middle. Brigham has it on her foot, and a goal for Brigham. Pinpoint passing leads to the goal for the Mustangs, number 3, Jordan Bingaman, and a huge reaction out of the Mustangs as they now have hung up 5 goals, 4 of them already coming in this second half.
Once again, Park Gilbert just is leaving people open right at the top of their box. They're not nearly close enough to their marks to prevent those kinds of shots. Now a defensive substitution's coming in for Park.
Castro coming in, sophomore from River Valley High School here in Arizona. She saw a little bit of playing time at the end of the first half, and she'll be tasked again with playing some defense, already stripped away from Borman. But just cannot clear it. Hasn't been over the center line in a while for the Buccaneers. 5-0 in favor of the Mustangs with just under 23 minutes left in the game. As Dunn plays it back. Mustangs holding, waiting to pierce through that defense. Plays it on the wing for Caldwell. She'll able to skirt by one defender, is met hard by Peyton Simpson. Good challenge from her. Forces the ball out of bounds. Caldwell will keep the throw in.
I've been really impressed by this Mustang team's composure and just their passing ability. They've really been passing it around Park Gilbert. And if you can control the ball, you can control the game, which is exactly what they've done.
Another shot attempt.
The Masters University, this team was picked to finish 4th in their conference. by a preseason coaches poll. They had a winning season last year, but just barely. They went 7-6-2. But I'm impressed that they've been a pretty good team so far.
I would love to say, I would love to see the 3 teams that are ranked ahead of them. They've looked very sharp, as you said, well composed, able to put their passes online. And here's another chance for them. And a save by Medina. Coming up big once again. Hasn't had a good save in a while. Was able to thwart the attempt of Kate Marisol. And it's got to feel good for her after laying in a couple of goals. Not necessarily her fault. But the confidence definitely could have been shaken. And still unable to clear it. Just sounding like a broken record at this point. Clear towards the back post. Oh, man. Medina able to get a hand on that. And Borman really laid into that. Marisol again, working in. Works towards the middle of the field. Looks like Radmilovic. Either it's blocked, maybe she didn't get good contact, but she was open in that middle of the field.
There are too many open players, it seems. Too many open Mustangs, it seems, and the Buccaneers seem to not be able to find their mark or stick with them, maybe.
The Mustangs had good chances in the first half, but it didn't seem like a lot of them were coming from the middle of the field. They were getting a couple crosses on the wings. They were able to get some players on the outside, but they have done a lot better job in this second half of really piercing into the heart of that defense and getting some high-quality chances. Still playing it back here, looking to reset, just holding on. No pressure from the Buccaneers. They've just been sitting back all day. And offsides for Borman.
Seems Medina
is... It was weird. There was no goalie when Borman ran offsides, and she is behind the net. She doesn't look to be feeling well. I mean, it is 106 degrees right here in Mesa. She definitely looks to be feeling the effects of that. Officials call timeout. Each team getting some much needed water and rest. We're staying with you for the time being as Medina's getting checked out. They will stop the clock a little under 19 minutes. I mean, we just talked about how Medina's been having a really nice day, even though the score might not reflect that. So for her to go down right now would be an even bigger blow to this Bucks team. Just the first game of the season. You hope it's just the heat.
Yeah, it's definitely concerning. Medina, it's probably just heat related. Maybe she needs some water. It looks like she was feeling a little sick back there. It's frustrating because it doesn't seem the Park Gilbert team has really a backup goalie. Yeah, I'm sure they've got some players in the lineup who can play goalie, but they really don't have any set backup goalie according to their depth chart.
Person that got a couple of goalie reps last year was Savannah Brown. She's no longer on the team, so it'd be interesting to see who Jack Hartley turns to, if he needs to playing goalkeeper for the rest of these 20 minutes or so. Not exactly the start you wanted if you were first season head coach Jack Hartley, but getting...
It looks like Vanessa Miller, number 8, Vanessa Miller, she's on the field right now. She started 2 goals in game last season for whatever reason. 2 goals that seems Medina was unable. So my guess would be she's going to go on goal. I can't say that
Yeah,
for sure,
I'm
but
trying to see where Mesa Merrill is right now. Doesn't seem like they're rushing anyone to get some goalie minutes in. Looking ahead to some next games for these teams, the Masters will stay in Arizona. They'll take on Benedictine University at Mesa on Thursday before traveling back home. And then next up for the Park Buccaneers, they'll play at Ottawa University, Arizona on Friday. So 2 tough matchups for the Buccaneers to get going in the early season. But once you get in the conference play, hopefully some things start to turn up. Their first season in the CalPAC Conference. First full season in the CalPAC Conference. Yeah. They were in it last year, only got to play 6 games. A couple schools dropped out. They only played, I think, about 3 teams. Then the first season, they were not a member of the CalPAC. Looks like Medina's gotten some ice. A lot of water. She looks to be walking off the field, so don't know who Hartley has coming in for goalie, but it doesn't seem like it's going to. Seems like Medina's day is done.
it's probably the smart move. Heat illness is not something you want to push through, especially here. It is very hot. The sun's starting to set, but it's still 106 according to the Apple Watch, good old Apple Watch.
All smiles for Elizabeth Medina coming off the field, so that's a good sign.
She's got some Gatorade, getting those electrolytes. Still no idea who's going to go in goal. It seems they want Medina's jersey. Cheyenne Stobart making an appearance in goal.
Yeah, Cheyenne Stobart checking in for the first time today. Will not be at her normal position. She'll be coming in the goal to relieve Elizabeth Medina, who should be getting some shade. They're changing the jerseys right now, so it'll be another little bit before we get the game back going. We get the game going again. Appeared in just 2 games last year. And what a way to come in for your first appearance of the season, having to relieve your goalie due to some heat exhaustion.
Luckily, she is a defender, so she knows how to defend. Maybe she can help direct her fellow defenders. And hopefully they can prevent too many shots against her. An inexperienced keeper is not the best thing you want in goal. I mean, it's better than no keeper, surely, but right now Park Gilbert's really got to try and limit the shots from the Mustangs, which the Mustangs sure have had a lot of shots this half, so.
See if the defense got a little bit of a break, maybe a little refreshed. Definitely started to look tired in the second half as the Mustangs have just kept the pressure on, kept the chances on, and they're playing it through. Radmilovic with a goal! Not the way you wanted to start off. Some great passing for the Mustangs. Radmilovic on a break. Cheyenne just didn't have a chance there. One-on-one.
Radmilovic did take a big dribble, which a keeper who knows what they're doing would have stepped out for and try and block, but Stobart obviously is not a keeper and just sort of sat in goal and let it come at her, which honestly might be the smart thing to do for an inexperienced keeper. You definitely don't want to be injured. Goalkeeping is a lot harder than it looks. You don't just step out willy-nilly. There's a art to it and a way to do it safely. So, but yeah, nothing really that Park Gilbert could do there. that Cheyenne Stowwork could do there to stop that one.
I mean, the inexperience just showing right away. Not exactly something the Buccaneers wanted to put her in a situation to do, but nonetheless, it is 6-0. About 17 minutes left in this game. Been all Mustangs the second half. It was only 1-0 at halftime, and the Mustangs have really kept everything in the attacking zone. Only one shot coming against their goalie, Ariana Romero, and that was in the first half. I mean, the closest thing they got was about halfway through. Vanessa Miller take a run down, and they thought she got fouled, and she even came up hurting a little bit. And it's just been all Mustangs. Looks like there seems to be some stoppage. Looks like some official was confused over some substitution. And Tacey
really,
would take the free kick.
at this point, the Buccaneers have nothing to lose. They're not going to win this game, so there's really no reason for them to be hanging back as much as they are, and they should all want to score a goal right now and just get up the field.
I mean, you're talking about an experienced goaltender in there anyways. Like, why not try to run through?
Exactly.
It's been hot. They played a lot of defense. I'm sure they're tired, but see if you can build on something for the next game. Still playing a tough opponent in Ottawa.
Yeah, they're definitely feeling the effects of only having 5 subs when this Mustangs team can. The Mustang team could sub out the whole team off the field if they wanted to, and you know, Park Gilbert only has 5 relief members.
Benson with the heavy touch. Bingaman turns her around, but she'll set it up for Castro, and just crossing. Didn't really look like it was going anywhere. Closest person was Perez, but straight into the Mustangs defender, and they're clear again. Nice through ball there. Setting up on the wing of the Mustangs, number 17, Alyssa Hopewell.
Park Gilbert did do a good job there of getting up the field. They had almost locked it into their own half. The entire defensive back line was up here at the midfield while they were on offense, which is something they haven't been doing all game. Their defense has been sitting way too far back.
Be curious if Park defense can generate a little more pressure in these final minutes of this game.
Yeah, if they can learn one thing from the Mustangs, it's this, is you see that the defense that the Mustangs are doing is really coming from their offense. The ball Mustangs pass it along the back line, but the ball is hardly won by the Mustangs back line. It's won here in the midfield, and they're up top by
just
the
on the
Mustangs
goalie
forwards.
kick. Yeah, and on the goalie kicks too, they just don't seem to have a lot of direction, as Perez trying to generate, see if anything can result from this. She tried kicking it through to Mayo, one of their stout defenders, and nothing, but it doesn't look like they're looking for anything. I mean, even if that ball got through from Perez, there was just nothing there. None of her teammates were up there, so.
Yeah, they've definitely not been connecting the balls they've wanted to, and really there's not a lot of outlets up at the top. Park Gilbert keeps their center forward up high, but once they get the ball, there's really hasn't been a lot of options for them to pass to.
Simpson was just being harassed by one Mustang defender. Ball goes out on the Mustang, so Bucks will keep possession. And a foul here. Free kick upcoming. Looks like Medina will take it. Galileo Medina.
See, if you see the field now, this is exactly what Park Gilbert should have been doing from the get-go, is all their defenders are up. Not all the way up at the top, mind you, but here, up past the midfield line.
And a tough challenge there, resulting in a foul. Mustangs will keep possession. Gabby Pinson just got to the ball late, ran into a Mustang defender, and they both fell over.
One thing the Buccaneers could be doing better, they're playing a 4-3-3, which means for offensively, your two outside defenders should be getting up the field to help with the offense, and that just really hasn't been happening. Usually when you play a 4-3-3, you keep your three midfielders towards the middle, and then your two outside backs are running up the field to join the offense.
Just haven't seen a lot of the back midfielders hopping in on those rushes.
No, not at all.
Tacey trying to clear. Monic squeezing by defenders. What an effort from her. And just cleared away. Monic really turning up some pressure. And Monic gets the ball again. Playing with it in the middle. They get it to the outside. Bad angle by a defenseman. But Bingaman sends it over the net. Bingaman playing towards the middle. Castro just flew right by her. Not able to play anything in the back of the net. Just another goalie kick that doesn't result in a whole lot, and another careless turnover there for the Bucks. Tacey able to win it back. Too far forward. Tomeo will handle. Could have been a dangerous playback for Romero, but she comes off her line. Here comes a corner kick for the Mustangs.
You can see the field. Even the Mustangs, who are winning by, what, 6 goals now? Their whole defense is up the field attacking. They've been doing this all game, not just right now that they're 6 up. I mean, and Park Gilbert could really replicate that. They got to get everyone involved in the attack, not just the 3 forwards that they have up top.
It's tough when you only have 5 subs, but you're still have to generate some offensive opportunities that they just haven't been able to do that today.
Yeah, that's why preseason soccer is one of the most important aspects of a season, and it's really just to get your team in shape. When season comes around, a lot of teams, they make maybe 2 subs, and you only get 13 people playing in an entire game.
Perez pushes it to Benson, just overran it. And she'll just work on her defender, running down the wing. Able to get through. See if this can result in anything. Plays it to the middle. And pushed over. Castro plays it back in. And just over the head of Harris. Some actual time in the box for the Bucks. All started with Benson being able to run and get by her defender and push the ball into the middle. And then Castro, too, looking for Harris on that back post, just put it over her head. Mustangs with another throw, and now they'll regain possession after the Bucks showed a little bit of life, but didn't result in anything.
One thing the Bucks will benefit from this game certainly is, as I was saying before, they're going to be in good shape after this. Only a few subs, lots of running.
Monic was pushing it up, taken away by Castro, and just pushes her down. Be a foul on Monic. A couple Buccaneers checking in for the last 8 minutes of this game. And as you said, just 3 defenders all behind the center line for the Buccaneers. As ball guided back towards Romero. She'll play it up. Will it do too far? Yes, it will, and Buccaneers will take back over. Couple of subs coming in. Alex Thomas coming in. And
Can't really see it. I thought it was a 4. I'm sorry.
we are broadcasters, not computers, unfortunately.
It is 7. So about 7 minutes left. The Masters coach was asking me, and I thought it was a 4. So
Monik plays it forward, just too far for her teammate. Hopewell. Hopewell not able to get her foot on it.
Now we double. Now we double. Now we double. Now we go fast. Can we go fast? Can we swing at the Hannah?
Right back in for Monik.
No foul.
Working below, swarmed by 2 Buccaneer defenders.
Set it up correctly. Alyssa, set it up.
So that'll be a corner kick.
Who's taking it?
Coach Hartley not happy about
We need
that
3
one.
of you. Hey, if you are a sub and you don't know how to do a corner yet, it's an issue, right?
So up here, short kick. Played back into the middle, looking for someone. Rising up, but nothing there. Ball still bouncing around in the middle. And booted just wide. Looks like Monik got a foot on it, but couldn't put it on net. Just under 6 minutes, another goal kick. Still taken by Medina, by Galilea Medina, while Lisbeth was taken out of the game with about 20 minutes left. Looked like she was dealing with some heat exhaustion. This game was close at the end of the first half, just 1-0, and the Mustangs just pouring it on. 5 goals in this second half. Buccaneers haven't been able to sustain any zone time. Challenge there by Thomas. And Mustangs go out of bounds. So good pressure there applied by Thomas. Unclear who's taking the throw in. Castro's jogging over there now.
Thankless jog, right?
Throwing towards Benson. Kick back to Castro. Heavy touch though and a turnover. Played through the Monik. Good challenge by Castro. Gets it out of bounds. Mustangs just gaining control in their defensive zone. Romero holding on to the ball for right now.
This is the moment that the Park Gilbert team should be getting up the field. It makes no sense to just hang back here and not put some pressure on the Mustangs, especially when they're so far back in their defensive half. Park Gilbert team should really be getting up the field right now.
It definitely seems like the Mustangs hang around to create that pressure in the attacking zone, while Gilbert just seems to be focused on getting back to defense.
Of course, they're probably tired. There's so little subs in the heat, and they've been playing a tough game, but with only about 5 minutes left to play,
Mustangs trying to create some more pressure, and a bullet to the net. Cheyenne able to get her hands on it, tips it up and grabs it.
wow, great, a really great save by Stover, who's not a goalie, who came in. The Park Gilbert team doesn't have a backup goalie, but Stover is in there playing, and one drilled right to her face. It seemed like she just put her hands up and is happy that she stopped it. But she caught it out of the air, so that's good on her. That was a hard shot, too.
It's tough to see where the shot came from, but it really just came out of nowhere, it felt like. And that is full time here in Mesa. The Masters University Mustangs 6. The Park University Gilbert Buccaneers nothing. Mustangs building more momentum. Staying in Arizona this week. They got a matchup against Benedictine University at Mesa on Thursday. Park University Gilbert will also have another tough opponent on Friday as they take on the University of Ottawa, Arizona. Emily, what were you most impressed with today on the Masters side?
On the Masters side, well, obviously I was impressed with the amount of goals they scored. It seems they've got a lot of efficient goal scorers. And as I said earlier, I was really impressed by their ball possession and their composure on the ball. They really just passed it all around the Buccaneers and had very few turnovers, kept the ball, and that's why they were able to score so much.
Yeah, if you're Park University and you're Jack Hartley, first game as a head coach doesn't necessarily go your way, but hopefully you keep encouraging your team. You have a couple young players that got a lot of playing time today, so you hope to build upon that season. You gain some more experience, and by the time you get into conference play, like we said earlier, these first 2 games are going to be really tough for them. Hopefully by the time they get in conference play, the schedule starts to ease up a little more. The girls can start playing a little more free, and maybe we will see a little more of offensive zone time. But hard to have a lot of offensive takeaways today if you're the Buccaneers. But just gotta keep building on the season. Too early to give anything up.
Exactly. If I were Jack Hartley, I would just be yelling at my team to get up the field. It seems to me they hang back a little too much, and that's not what they want to be doing. They've got to get up the field, get their defense involved in the offense. It's not enough just to play defense. And to their credit, in the first half they played a lot of good defense, really only kept the Mustangs to 1 goal in the first half. So their defense, obviously they know what to do, they can do it. It's just now a matter of getting the ball up the field into the opposite end of the field and eventually into the goal.
Yeah, and Elizabeth Medina, as you mentioned, really solid first half, started laying a couple in the second half. By no fault of her own, went down with about 20 minutes left due to heat exhaustion. She looked okay going back into the handshake line. She was smiling. She was walking all right, so she should be good to end. She should be good for their next game on Friday.
That's the hope, yeah. She and Medina really had a fantastic game today. The score doesn't show that all the time. She made some really good saves, and as a seasoned goalkeeper, she should be happy. One thing that they could use more for her is more direction for the defensive line. But really, she should be proud. Besides getting sick and not feeling well, she had a pretty good game. Had some great saves.
Once again from the Poloma Soccer Complex in Mesa, the Masters University Mustangs 6, the Park University Gilbert Buccaneers nothing. I'm Michael Donahue. Joining me on the broadcast, Emily Carmen. Good night, Bucks fans.